Subturd Nuggets. Welcome to what is essentially a recap of my miserable experience with this game. To start, I was immediately brutalized by this big shanky homeless dude, and was catapulted into the outer ring of the universe. However, I calmed him down by gyrating my hips seductively at him. I then noticed that this odd-looking creature was trying to kill some poor little bacon man, but suddenly, some random inserted himself inside my behind. I stare down this disgusting pervert, yet continue on with my goal of trying to save the bacon. I catch up to the sneaky little skid mark and seduce him with my incredible moves. He then gets obliterated by a firing squad because he danced with me. I save the little rapscallion and proceed to film a trap image of us. I then throw him into the safe zone, like I throw my gerbil to the wall when I'm mad. Next, I take out 16 years of pent-up rage on this small, defenseless toddler. I then give this infant the worst road rash ever, as I shove her along sand on a very hot day into a firing squad. Another bacon saw me do this, and asked to be my teammate. I accept. Then, I was punted to the floor like a baby in the WWE. However, my new friend defends me. We then tag team as 4 soul better than the Hardy Boys, and the Power Rangers combined. I bash this dude's nuts into a pillar, and essentially muted him. Now, a quick trick shot break. I then felt bad for this poor soul, and apologized by wiggling my hips seductively. It succeeded. Next, I attempted to assert my dominance in this game by giving this guard the best time of his life. This lady is watching me do this, however. So I smite down the creep, and continue with my domination. I start beating the piss out of this guard, and convince him with my expert lies. It wasn't me. He does not believe me, so I gently remind him it's true. He stares into my soul as if I've just ran over a box full of puppies. I take the opportunity while he's distracted to assert my dominance. I accidentally hit him. He tries to execute me. However, I do some Matrix level dodging. It's here I see a few more bullets flying my way, and flee. Then 6 guards enter the room. I flee, as having 6 men with guns corner me in a bathroom is gonna end me on a foreign erotic website. After lights out, this guy, who did nothing, attempts to throw a farm on me. He gets pushed and is then evaporated by the friendly guards. His corpse is then thrown around like a frisbee. After 14 rounds of human frisbee, we make it to hide and seek. I scope out my opponents. Quick jump scare. I then realized people were trying to rebel, and promptly ripped my frontal lobe off, and cried. I am assigned to be a seeker, and prepared to destroy more toddlers. I spotted Goofy Goober's head peeking out the door. There is no escape for these set sacks of excrement. I stare down at these once humans, filled with guilt and sadness. Empty eyes, from those once living beneath my gaze. I'm reminded of, wait, never mind. No I don't, is that stupid? Instead, I two-step on those 2 dead people for 5 minutes straight. I absolutely demolished jump rope. Then, I realized the rebellers were getting their way. I was going to have to rebel, which really sucks. My hope diminished. I sadly confirmed. Wait, hold it with the deer tide. This moment filled me with such joy. So much joy in fact that I just spontaneously exploded. It was here when I looked at my opponents and realized I was going to die here. I am hot liquid booty cheeks at this game. I am the living equivalent of barefoot shoes, also known as utterly useless and devoid of meaning. However, that all changed when I met this hunk. His beard, his body, his personality. He was perfect. I tried to find him and give him a big old hug. I misclicked and accidentally unleashed the power of a neutron star on him.
Then, without buying me dinner first, he spun me around and choked me.
I lived due to several different STIs which scared him off. Next, I tried to bait people to come inside the room with me, so I could walk. However, I then pulled the best gimp I'd ever seen. After scaring my competitor with my immense skills, I realized it was time for Sky Squid Games